Namaste and welcome to Returning Home Yoga with Jeanette. I'm Jeanette and today's practice has a focus on hip opening. So just be really mindful, especially if you have hip issues, as you move through practice today, that if anything doesn't resonate or your body is resistive to, know that you can pause at any time and join in again when you're ready. So we'll begin seated, or if you prefer to be lying down, please by all means choose that position. And as we settle into the seat, taking the time to remove muscle and flesh from sits bones, as the sits bones are encouraged to connect fully into the surface beneath them. A gentle inhale, lift shoulders to ears. The exhale rolls the shoulders back and down, creating a spaciousness across the heart center. The neck grows long as the crown of the head extends up towards the sky. The jawline finding its way parallel to the ground. On an inhale, gentle press a little more firmly into the sits bones. Feel the spinal column lengthening as the crown of your head reaches upward. And as you exhale, create a very subtle lifting up, back, and down of the shoulders. Run tongue along teeth and gums, encouraging any tension within the jaw to let go. And encouraging the corners of the mouth to ever so subtly turn towards the ears. And bring attention into the breath. And as the breath begins to deepen, feel that connection of the sits bones continuing to anchor you, to root you. And as the inhale surfaces, feel the center line of body, the spine, rising up towards the sky. And as you exhale, maintain that length that you've created. Placing your hands to the sides of the ribs. As you inhale, see if the rib cage can expand into the hands. And the exhale, feel the softening, the gentle contraction of this as the rib cage comes back to center line. A few more rounds, inhaling. Exhaling. Inhale. Exhale. You might take one of your hands and slide it to the back of your rib cage. And as the inhale surfaces, can you feel that back hand moving outwards as the rib cage expands into it? Letting that hand come back to the side, other hand rests into the back rib cage, inhale. Exhale. Just noticing, is the breath able to fill into the back rib cage? Knowing that it may or may not. Whatever you observe is perfect. Letting the hands return to the legs, 3 more rounds. Each inhale, encouraging expansion into the whole rib cage. And each exhale, feeling perhaps a deeper settling into the seat while maintaining a length throughout the torso. As your cycles of breath complete, your next inhale, body returns to breathing itself. An inhale sweeps the arms out and up. Exhaling to heart. And we open practice today with the single sound of Om, joining in if you're comfortable to. Inhale. As you inhale, arms rise. Exhale, interlace the fingers, turn the palms up and create space between ears and shoulders. Anchor through the sits bones, inhale, grow tall. Exhale, turn to one side, arms lowering. Anchor through the hands, inhale, grow tall. Exhale, hugging that right shoulder a little closer to midline, or perhaps it's the left shoulder, whichever way you've turned. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, release. Inhale. Exhale, interlace fingers, turn the palms skyward, anchor through the sits bones. Inhale, lengthen from outer hips to outer wrists. Exhale, turning opposite direction. Arms lowering, one behind, one to leg. Inhale, anchor, lengthen. Exhale, hug into the midline of body. Full breath here. Inhale, look forward. Exhale. Good. Notice the leg crossed in front. Please extend them. Give them a roll. Widening the feet towards edges of mat. Hands come behind. Elongate through the torso. Inhale. Exhale, legs one direction, head other. Inhale through center. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale through center. Exhale, walk the foot soles so they come together. Draw the legs in. Hands wrap around the toes. Inhale, lengthen up through the torso. As you exhale, draw the shoulder blades straight back, down, and in. Anchor the feet firmly into each other. Inhale. Exhale, fold from the hips, flat back. Maintaining length in the torso. Maintaining that pressing of feet into each other. Each inhale, there's a subtle lengthening through the front of your spine. And as you exhale is the invitation to fold forward from the hip joints as opposed to the back rounding. 2 more breaths here. As you inhale, lengthen and rise. Exhale, slowly bring the legs together, re-extending. Recross the leg so the same leg is out front. Find your sits bones. Inhale, arms forward and upward. Exhale, lengthening up from the hips. Finger pads, thumb pads touch the ground. Inhale, grow long. As you exhale, maybe you walk your fingers a little further forward. Holding 2 breaths. And on your next exhale, allow your arms to relax, your head to release. Stay with your breath. As you inhale, lengthen, coming up. Exhale, shoulders roll back and down. Bring the legs together, extending, rolling. Roll the legs out, recross, other leg in front, cross-legged, seated forward fold. Inhale. Exhale, lengthen. Connect the finger and thumb pads. Inhale, lengthen from outer hips through armpits. As you exhale from armpits down the arms, feel the hands moving further forward. Inhale. Find length through the torso. As you exhale, maybe there's room for further lengthening. Stay with breath. Your next exhale, let your arms relax. Follow the inner journey of breath. Next, inhale, lengthen and rise. Yeah, exhale, shoulders roll back and down, pausing. Turn to face the long edge of your mat if you're not there already. Inhale. Exhale, legs one direction, head other. Inhale. Exhale, other directions. Inhale through center. Exhale, lower the legs so the knee and foot come somewhat close to each other. Place one hand to the outer leg, the other hand onto the hip. As you inhale, roll the hips forward. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, roll. Exhale, lower. One more like this. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Now, if as we lift onto the lower legs, that's too much, return to this starting position. As you inhale, rise to the lower legs. As you exhale, roll the shoulder back and down. Inhale, the top arm up. Exhale, lower. Inhale up the circle. Exhale, lower. Inhale up. Pause here. Exhale, reverse direction. Inhale. Exhale. Your gaze might follow the fingers. This time, inhale, the arm up. As you exhale, press the hips forward as the arm goes out behind you. Find a position for the head that feels appropriate. Come back to the breath. Inhale, arm up. Exhale, lower. Pause, allowing the body to integrate the new opening that has come through that side of the body. Bring the legs together. out front, and a little movement side to side. Rewidening, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, legs over the other direction. Foot towards knee. One hand comes out to the side, other hand to the hip. Inhale, roll. Exhale, lower. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. This time, inhale. Lift onto the lower legs. If you need, you can make a fist with that bottom arm. Inhale, top arm up. As you exhale, pause here. Inhale. Exhale, lower the arm. Inhale it up to sky. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale the arm up. Pause. Exhale, reverse direction. This time, inhale, arm to sky. As you exhale, encourage the hips forward, the arm behind you. Bring attention to the breath. Inhale, arm up. Exhale, lower. Pausing for that integration. Bringing the legs back through center together. That little movement side to side. Now let's extend through both legs. Find your sits bones. Bend your right leg. Cross the foot over if that's available and anchor down through it. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, turn towards that bent leg. Wrap the arm around. Other arm, inhale to sky. Exhale behind you. Anchor through that arm that's close to the body. Inhale, create space between the vertebrae. As you exhale, hug that right shoulder blade a little bit closer to midline. Inhale. Exhale, head could turn further as available. Stay with breath. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, release. Straighten through leg. Other leg bends. Crossing over. If you didn't cross on the other side, don't here. Anchor through that foot. Opposite arm. Inhale, right arm. Exhale, turn. Wrap it around your leg. Other arm. Inhale it up. Exhale behind you. Anchoring, lengthening, inhale. Exhale, hug left shoulder blade midline. Head can turn further on the next exhale. On your next inhale, look forward. Exhale, release. Straightening through legs, giving them a roll. Let's come into table pose. Sensitive knees, always feel free to utilize a blanket under them. Spreading fingers, inhale, grow long. Exhale, let's round into your cat. Inhale, tilt the tail, bring the heart between shoulders. Exhale, rounding. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. As you exhale, curl the toes, bring the torso flat. Bring your hands further forward. Inhale, lift tail, lift heart. Exhale, lift the knees and find your way into downward facing dog. Noticing any distractions as they arise. Anchoring through the base of fingers and thumbs and encouraging your arms to lengthen out of your wrist joints. Feeling the sits bones finding their way higher up to the sky. Encouraging the tips of the shoulder blades to broaden away from each other. And encouraging your neck to be free here. We'll find three-legged dog. If that's uncomfortable for you, not available today, then either rest here or simply come into a child's pose and take rest. Bring your feet together. As you inhale, right leg lifts. As you exhale, extend that leg out of your hip joint. You can point through the toes. Encourage both elbows to stay long. Bend the lifted leg. Flex at the ankle joint. Turn your hips to face the sky and encourage that knee, that lifted knee, far up to the sky. Hold, breathe. Turn your hips to face the ground. Lower the leg. Other side, inhale, left. Exhale, extend the leg out of the hip joint. Reach with the toes. Bend the lifted leg, flex at the ankle joint. Inhale, roll the hip upward. Encourage the knee to move away from you. Find your breath. Turn the hips to face the ground. Take a look between your hands. Bring your lifted knee between them. Let the leg lower onto the ground. If you have a blanket there, just shifting it out of the way. So we find pigeon pose, Kapotasana. So you might stay here depending on your body. If there's knee issues and this is not available, roll onto the buttocks, bend your legs, and simply on an exhale, let your body fold forward onto the forearms. If you're going for more the traditional pigeon, your knee can stay center, or see if it's available to take it out towards the left hand, so left knee towards left hand. Walk the lower leg forward, flex at the toes, and encourage your hip, your right hip, to come towards that heel. Back toes are curled under. Inhale, lift the leg. Exhale, extend the leg out of the hip joint. So you do that by the heel extending behind you. Lower the knee, flatten the top of the foot. And you might take a look to ensure that your ankle's in line with your hip. Feel the low belly engage. Come to your finger pads, thumb pads. As you inhale, lengthen up through the front of your spine. As you exhale, draw the shoulder blades straight back down and in. Inhale, roll long. As you exhale, lower to the forearms. Settling here, settling into the breath. And taking a moment to check into the pelvis. If it feels like you've sunk over onto that left buttock cheek, really encourage balance in the pelvis by bringing the buttock up. And if you have a blanket or a cushion nearby, you could actually prop up that buttock by placing the blanket cushion or even a block there. From here, as body's ready or availability arrives in the body, we inhale, lengthen. And as the exhale arises, we might lower the forehead onto stacked hands, maybe fists, or maybe the arms extend out in front of you, forehead lands onto the ground, and we stay for 3 breaths. From here, on the inhale, lengthen, return to the forearms. Exhale, pause. Inhale, come to the hands. Exhale, curl the toes. If you have the blanket there, just removing it. Inhale, lift the back leg, find your downward facing dog, and take the time to walk the legs out. Bending one knee and then the other. Eventually both knees could bend. The exhale reaches and lengthens the torso. Maybe straightening through the legs a little further. Bring the feet together. As you inhale, lift the left leg once again, please. As you exhale, lengthen, bend the lifted leg. Open that knee outwards as your hips, the left hip rises to sky and the left knee moves away from you. On an inhale, bring the hips to face the ground. And as you exhale, lower that leg. Coming to the other side, start in your down dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, extend that leg out of the hip joint, lengthen arms out of wrists. Bend lifted leg and roll the hips skyward. That right hip reaching up away from you. Extend that lifted knee away from you as well. Hold for a breath. Turn the hips to face the ground. As you inhale, bring that right knee between the hands or to the right wrist. You might start with the knee between the hands, or you might immediately go over to that right wrist. Now if you have knee issues, again, the option, come onto the buttocks, bend both legs, inhale, exhale, simply fold over that leg. Otherwise, you're setting up your pigeon by the lower front leg, moving so the foot comes towards the left wrist. Please pay attention to knee, and if it's too much, please choose the option. Back leg, toes are curled. Inhale, lift it. Exhale, extend the heel away from you. Lower the knee. Anchor the top of the back foot so all 5 toes can connect. Again, you might take a look and make sure that the ankle's in line with the hip. Inhale, grow long. As you exhale, feel the low belly draw in. Inhale. As you exhale, lower to the forearms. Pausing here. Broadening across the collarbones. And checking into what it feels like through your pelvis. Are you tilted down one direction or the other? And if so, place something under the buttock so that it has some support. From here, as body opens, the inhale lengthens torso. The exhale you might lower. On an exhale, you might extend through the arms and let the forehead rest on the ground. On your next inhale, slowly find the forearms. Exhale, pause here. Inhale, bring hands under the shoulders. Exhale, pause. If you have something under the buttock, just removing it. Curl the back toes. Inhale, lift leg. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now if down dog is too much, always know that you can extend your legs in front of you instead of taking your down dog shape. Eventually encourage lengthening through the spine, lengthening through the legs, whatever that means for you. Might mean that your knees are bent quite significantly or just a little. As you inhale, come to the knees. Exhale, finding the buttocks. Extending your legs out in front of you. And giving them a roll. Finding the sits bones. And if you find when you sit, you're pretty rounded through the back, take your blanket, your cushion, whatever you have to prop up your sits bones so that your pelvis can come into that starting forward tilt position. Inhale. Reach the heart skyward. Exhale, fold from the hips, lengthening the arms out in front of you. Pause here. Inhale, lengthen arms rise. Exhale, lengthen out of the hips here, reaching the arms further and further forward. Inhale, lengthen and rise. Exhale, letting your hands rest wherever they land. So for some of you, your hands might be on your feet. You might have your peace fingers wrapped around the big toes. Some of you might find that your hands are on your shins or alongside of you. Doesn't matter, as long as we do our best to maintain this length through the torso. Stay with your breath. On your next exhale, allow your belly to land more fully to the legs, your chin to come in towards the throat, and an exhale to extend from the inner thighs down the inner legs, out through the inner arches of feet. 3 breaths here. On your next inhale, ground through your hands. Inhale, lengthen and rise. Exhale, roll the shoulders back and down. Pause here. Coming off the prop that you may have landed onto, bring your arms behind you. As you inhale, lengthen and lift up through front body. As you exhale, hug the shoulder blades a little closer to spine. Encourage the heart center to rise up. 3 breaths here. On the inhale, coming up. Exhale, pause. Scoot yourself forward. We'll find the back body. We are getting close to Shavasana. Let's inhale, grow tall. Exhale, tuck the tailbone. Feel the low belly engage as you lower vertebra by vertebra. Your arms might be on the ground supporting. Chin could be tucked in. You might need to support your head through the process. Once lowered, please ensure your spine is straight, your neck is long, and your legs bend. Bringing the heels in relatively close towards the buttocks, toes straight ahead. Encourage the chin a little closer to the throat, the arms to anchor and ground beside you. As you inhale, tilt the tailbone towards the navel. Begin to peel yourself up off the mat, vertebra by vertebra. Anchoring through the feet and hugging the legs towards each other without them actually touching. You just have this action of strength in the legs and of them moving inward as opposed to outward. We'll hold. Feet are anchoring you. Legs are strong. Arms are also anchoring you. Feel the tailbone gently lengthening forward. And on your next exhale, slowly lower, vertebra by vertebra. Once you lower, pause. Straighten the legs. Allow the legs to roll towards each other, away from each other. Your arms to come away from the body a distance that feels appropriate. And we settle into Shavasana. Now, if your body needs to have the legs hugging into chest for a breath or two, please honor that. Otherwise, simply settling into the support beneath you. Encourage the facial features to go soft and attention to rest into the breath. Place attention into the back of the rib cage. As you inhale, see if the back of the rib cage can expand into the mat, into the floor. Exhaling. And 2 more breaths like that. Inhaling into the back of the rib cage. Exhaling. Inhale. Exhale. If any sighs, yawns need to escape, as you continue to settle into your Shavasana, please allow those to be expressed. And resting attention into the hip joints. Taking a breath into those areas. As you exhale, a sigh. And the breath becomes natural. And letting go of controlling it. And allowing the body simply to relax and to settle into a deep state of relaxation. A state where there's no sleep. Eventually there's no thoughts. Just a beingness. If your body needs more rest here in Shavasana, please stay longer. And when ready, simply deepening breath and bringing movement into toes, thumbs, fingers, wrists, ankle joints. And perhaps a full body stretch is required. Bending the knees, bringing legs to chest, wrapping the arms around legs for a little side to side movement. Perhaps on an exhale, head lifts to knees, knees to head. Maybe the hands reach to the feet as you curl into a little ball. On an inhale, lower if lifted. Exhale, pause. One arm comes overhead, rolling body to that side. The exhale with helping hand, coming to seated. As you settle back into your sits bones, take a moment to notice new space in the hips, new length in the spine, perhaps that inner peace and quietness. That practice helps in cultivating a little few mouth problems today, my apologies. On the inhale, arms sweep out into up. Gentle sigh. Hands landing at the heart. I thank you for joining me for your hip opening practice today. From my heart to yours, namaste. If you haven't subscribed yet to my channel and you're liking the videos, please do so. Perhaps turn on notifications so you are aware when new videos are uploaded. And if you're inclined, please share, leave comments below this video, and I will reply. Until next time, namaste.